Yesterday we went to Ostrava for competition. It's a city in the East Czech Republic, 230,000 people living there, and the city was founded in about in the 13th century. Okay. Went there to compete, submission only. I sent one competitor, Mark, 2 fights. He won both fights by submission, and I'm going to be analyzing his fights here. Okay. Just about the jiu-jitsu I teach. I teach a jiu-jitsu based on IBJJF rules. So we keep ourselves within these parameters. And things I saw there, like people trying to neck crank, white belts actually, in Kezagatame, forcing the cervical. I saw a blue belt in an Achilles lock, pushing against the genitalia, and things that I personally don't teach this way. And I think that when we compete to win with clean submissions, clean technique, and always think about preserving our integrity, physical integrity, and the integrity of the other competitor. Of course, accidents happen, and when it happens, it's bad. It's bad for both people because the person gets injured. It affects their life, and for us as well as competitors, it's another person that we could potentially compete against and help us compete against in the future and help us to improve our techniques. Standing up. Okay, Kuzushi, unbalance, important, very important. Unbalance, have a good posture, unbalance, and then you attack. Because then when you're unbalancing the person, you open up possibilities for attacking. Okay. Now Mark end up having to pass the guard, passing the legs. The opponent very tough, very good on defending. He defended well the first attack, but then Mark translated in eliminating the threat of the legs and then going through a half guard and onto the mount. Show the pressure on the jaw and full mount. Submission only, so no points there. From here, we start working on isolating one arm, on stabilizing the position, and the other competitor did very well. Exploded legs, is flexible. I can see he's quite flexible on his legs, and pushed Mark away. From there, there's more distance between both competitors. Mark on top has to regain the full control, and the other competitor manages to set up a single X, which has to be dismantled. Almost got unbalanced. Mark got unbalanced a little bit, but still maintaining control, being on the top. And from here is going back to the mount. But there's this leg here in between Mark's leg that has to be passed. Mark decides to attack. Okay, Mark decides to attack a number there. But he didn't have it. He didn't have the angle. He didn't have the distance, but he went for it. When he went for it, he ended up laying on his back, which immediately, saying that the submission attempt was lost, he transitioned to another submission, which is a triangle. Now he's closing the triangle. Okay, here, closing the triangle. The other competitor is leaning forward. It's leaning forward. So putting pressure on Mark is basically putting as much pressure on Mark as possible to avoid the triangle to be fully closed on himself. But of course, there's a matter of setting up, closing, and pulling the head and basically in this situation, when you end up in a triangle, what happens? If you try to go towards the person and put pressure, you have to have a very good base on here, on the lower part of your body. You have to be on your toes and reduce the angle that the person underneath can escape, can move his hips to adjust the triangle, and from there you can start pressure passing or going to the side, disengaging the legs. However, it wasn't there. He didn't have it. The best thing to do is to go away from the triangle. As soon as you get on the triangle, go away from the triangle, posture up, and then from posturing up, you have different options on how to deal with it. If you're very sure that you can really pressure and go on top and keep your posture, fine. There are ways to deal with the triangle. But if you're at the beginning, at the start of the interaction, you don't have this posture, it is extremely risky. Okay, let's go to the next fight. Mark is keeping good posture, protecting his lapel here, and protecting the leg. This is extremely important. Heads up. I can see improvements there in the posture that we spoke about, and marking is implementing right leg. Both competitors are with the right leg forward. There's a risk here because the other competitor has his stance is a little bit lower from Mark, and as I can guess, his body language is telling me that he wants to pole guard. And from here, there's this grip fight, this control fight, marking, working with his head to make sure that it doesn't give the opposition the opportunity to posture. Okay, now Kuzushi, the grips could be improved. Trying also Togari, that it has been defended properly. The opposition had a good base actually. You would have to really get much closer first with unbalancing. Now stop here. This situation, he has an underhook. Mark has an underhook. Let's watch it again. And we spoke about it. We spoke about it before the same day on the warm up. When I was warming him up, I was talking about if you get the underhook, that's it. Go for it. Any grip that you get, that you feel that, okay, I have control of the situation. If your intention is to take down, that's the time. Okay. Now let's watch again. Grip fighting, get now. Go for underhook. Then Mark realized, okay, now is the time. He needed few seconds. Balancing, go, but reverse. Okay, let's stop here. And something that I spoke to the boys the other day. Let's see what. Again, the throw. Balancing, shaking a little bit, and boom, go. Okay, the leg. What happened here? The leg is not fully across. Mark's leg is not fully across both legs, and it ended up being. It isn't Uchimata. It's in between. It's like almost Tayotoshi. Let's call it. So it's not a Nogoshi. It's in between. When you put your leg in between the other people's leg, like in Uchimata, there's a higher possibility that when you land, that's what happened here. When you land, you're going to land in an angle. Both bodies will land in an angle and in a momentum that will allow the person being thrown to reverse the position, to follow the movement, take advantage of the energy that's coming, the direction of the energy, and to reverse and end up on top. That's what happened. The fight was taken to the ground and closed guard. So here, Mark, as soon as Mark says that, he ends up on top, closed guard. Let's pay attention to this exchange. Okay, break the posture. Mark starts with his work into trying to collar choke. Okay, Kata Jiu-Jitsu, collar choke. And paying attention to breaking the person's posture and climbing on the back. Climbing on the back, extremely important. Climbing on the back, making sure that you don't allow the upper body to go up. When the upper body doesn't go up, what the other person does, sometimes what you're seeing here, the lower body gonna go up, so it goes on his leg. It opens up opportunities for you to underhook. You can go to, anyways, there are different options there. But if his strategy was to keep him down, so Mark continues to work on pulling him down, and it's the hand. I can see the right hand must be here inside the lapel, and the left hand is trying to get into the neck. So Mark is trying to apply a collar choke there. yeah. I can see as well that, let's see if we can find it, the frame. Let's deframe it. Wait. Okay. Here. Cool. We can see that the position has his right hand on the wrist, of course, making sure that this left hand doesn't go across, up. One detail here, elbows opened. The elbows have to be as close as possible. The second hand, when you start, we're doing this shape of collar choke. When you get the right hand on the right side, on the proper side, the left hand has to get from the top, okay, to fit on the neck. When we start going under, sometimes we lose this, and the left hand, the second hand, is too low, then we end up with problems with elbow position. That elbow is too open, this angle here is too big, it has to be closed. And of course, the defense, the position, the person inside within the guard has more space to defend. Okay. I'm not going to comment on this arm, but this arm shouldn't be there. But that's all I'm gonna say now, because this arm is already exposed. When we did it in the close guard, we spent 3 months working on the close guard. 3 months. And we worked on several submissions and transitioning from submission to submission to be able to identify when is the best, when there is another opportunity available for us to apply a second submission, another submission. Okay, let's watch. Okay, good. Keeping this pressure. Okay. Now the hand is broken. The grip is broken. The person inside the guard is still still trying to posture, trying to get himself space. Now the legs start working again, climbing, making sure that you have your legs on the right position. Marcus is attacking, he's attacking the collar, he's pulling collar down, and here I can see, I think it's his right arm is on top, and so his left arm is probably crossed. So the right arm now is the secondary arm. If the primary hand is in the right place, so the secondary gonna go on top and start getting to the right position to choke. Now pay attention to this exchange. Pulling down, moving the hip sideways. Look at this hip movement here, look, off. So there's something else that Mark may be trying to do. Shifting the angle a little bit. Person on top is posturing now. He is posturing. He's getting, guy in black is getting himself space. He wants to get out of this close guard. Mark doesn't let him posture. His head is still bent. He can't go as high now. Let's see what's happening there. Mark is doing a very good job in keeping him down and attacking. Pay attention now. Shifting the hips. The shoulder, the knee is over the shoulder. The left knee is over the shoulder. The right knee is climbing the back. The hips is going to his left side. Now, boom. Jujigatami from the close guard. Remember, we don't cross the leg. Now, Mark is starting to extend his back. Look at what happened here. Man, this is on. This, if you stand up with this armbar is tight, okay? It's tight. If you try to pull your arm in a tight armbar, you end up that you're going to be dragging the guy up. If you drag the guy up, there's no way you're going to be able to keep your arm bent. There's no way, because the whole core power of the guy applying the technique is going to stretch your arm. So the fight here is game over. But it's very fast and he collapses on the ground. It's a submission only competition. Has to tap. Okay, gone. Unfortunately, there was an overextension of his elbow, and I wish the other competitor a speedy and full recovery. Okay, let me stop here. How do I protect myself in this situation? I have to immediately put weight towards the person applying the Jujigatami. It means that I have to go down, not up. I have to go down, not up. Of course, there's a natural reaction. Things they happen too fast. This was how many seconds? Look, 17. Let's see, 26. 25, I'm looking here. Okay. It's too fast. Sometimes, your body reacts in a way, and for whatever reason, there's... Okay, 18. 17, 1 second. Take 2 seconds. 3 seconds, 4 seconds. You have 4 seconds. 4 seconds to have the proper reaction. Sometimes with the stress, with the adrenaline, we know how to defend things, but in the on the moment, boom, your body just goes. And in 4 seconds, when you realize there's no time. Extremely important, guys. Train your defenses. Okay. At the beginning of the video, I said I teach basic jiu-jitsu. So far, I have been teaching basic jiu-jitsu. Basic. Which means that there's a huge emphasis on learning the fundamentals. The fundamentals is how to posture, is how to move my body, what sides I should rotate my body, I should move my body that are safer, what techniques I should apply that they are safer, under which context should I do this and that, and how to defend, how to protect myself. How to protect myself. Basic jiu-jitsu so far, the methodology has covered mostly basic jiu-jitsu, but with strong fundamentals. That the submissions, they're effective, and having an understanding on having, at least at this level, fundamental understanding on how to defend the main attacks, how to react. I have to train my body, I have to train myself to react in a certain way that for my body it is not natural. Because if I'm under threat here, if I'm under attack, the natural thing to do is to run away, is to pull myself away. But in this case, it's not the natural reaction is not the best reaction. The best reaction is a technical reaction, which is going towards the threat, bending my arm, protecting it, and then little by little trying to get away from the threat. If I can't get away from the threat, at least I will have enough time to just tap a screen or whatever. Okay? But if the only thing I have is my natural reaction, or if for whatever reason, under a situation of stress, the only thing that my body can do is the natural reaction, which is pull myself away, I can end up in a situation that I don't have enough time to react. And unfortunately, in this case, it's an overextension of the elbow. Remember, the Jujigatame is an armbar. I'm going to stretch the elbow. I'm going to use the core of my body, so loss of pressure. Submission. If I don't have time to tap, the pressure is there. And at some point, injuries, in this case, injuries, they can occur. Okay, so that's it. Thank you. Okay, this is very bad. You have to retract that. Retract that. But the problem is that if you go back straight, it goes. I can't let him have his back straight. So I'll start putting pressure on him. Putting pressure. Now I can control my biceps, and the other hand goes behind the knee. Alright. Go. Now I can start. Go. Taking my elbow away. Okay? If the guys guys are standing up. Okay, now happen to you. I don't use much force. Good. Now, pay attention. As soon as I can, I'm gonna go 1 and 2. I go roll and I try to go inside. Okay, like protecting my neck from the choke. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Go for it. And I stretch, on. Okay. Now I can because I have to pressure now. But I have to start moving towards here. Go. I can take your right. Okay. Say hello to the coach. You say hello to the coach, that's gonna happen. Okay. As he goes, I have to drop. And this hand, no time to get inside, no problem. Outside. Don't. Are you crossing your foot? No. No? Don't cross. Okay. Now, put pressure. I have to try to get. You want to outside, 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 okay? Remember. Outside, outside, outside. Boom. Here. Stop there. I'm in big trouble now, velho com problema. Big trouble. Now, the only thing I have to do is pass the leg over my head. Boom. And start. Go for it. Boom. If you get to this, imagine that I have my hand here. If you get to this situation, it means that it's time for you to attack the armbar. Okay, look. I can say goodbye. Now, I have to be able to defend myself. Okay, obrana mnie. Go for it. Okay, obrana mnie. Look na biceps braki, mojemu ruku. Biceps braki, a druga ruku na quadriceps. You see na noha. Okay, good. Now go. I have some time. Stop. Good. The first, let me just go on my back. Look. This position here, okay? How strong am I today? Okay, think about how strong am I? Let me check my biceps. Okay. Check your biceps. And how strong is here today? Check his stuff. Check his quadriceps as well. But you need this kind of mnemonics, then you can remember. Let me check my brachii. Let me check his quadriceps. Good. I checked. Now, stretch, go. You're gonna get it. Okay? Okay, let's get myself with colena na rua, okay? And block. Just don't move. And block his body here. Look. Pronation. Okay? Internal rotation of the knee and pronation of the foot. Under. Just right here. At the end of the lumbar. Because what you don't want him to do is to stretch himself. No? If he stretches himself, my arm is stretched as well. So I have to keep him as a ball. Now, that's how it works. He goes, put the armbar, go on. I'm already defending, you see? Because he got it. Now what he's going to do? Boom, okay. Now I go, yeah, diva. Let's go. See? And put pressure on him, on his face. Joe, brother, no brother. On his brother, put pressure. Now he's gonna go stretch. See, he doesn't have it. Let me release the pressure a little bit. Now look, I just put a little bit of stretch, okay. As he's trying to stretch, look. Tight
tight, 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 tight. Ah! This hand, sorry, okay?
Yes.
This hand goes right here, control something, and now look at this leg movement.